All right, let's kick it off. Let's kick it off.
Were you recording?
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to welcome to Wednesday song.
What kind? What?
A happy,
Do you
cheerful.
want like a Disney
birds.
princess?
I want Disney princess opening the balconies and birds chirping and like, new comics.
Welcome to Wednesday. It is April 10th.
Hi.
The birds are singing, and it's the 9th of April.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Good save, and thank you. Now that we are all set, what a wonderful day it is. It's a brand new morning, and it is a brand new morning of excellent comic books, like it is every Wednesday morning. And just like every Wednesday morning, I am the Max, and you are watching the Max's super awesome comic review show. So our first order of business to talk about tonight, last week, the Alibi the Magazine, Albuquerque's free newspaper, released its voting results for the best of Albuquerque, and for the 13th year in a row, Astro Zombies is extremely honored to be voted Albuquerque's #1 comic book store. So thank you everyone out there that voted for us and supported us and has continued to support us all these years. I couldn't do what I do for a living without all of you, and that literally almost scared the crap out of me. Why would you do that in the middle of my awesome segment?
It scared me so bad. It scared me so bad.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
So a heartfelt thank you from me and everybody here at the Max's Super Awesome Comic Review Show and everybody that works at Astro Zombies to all of you out there for your continued support and dedication. We also won Albuquerque's Best Mural, which really is, you know, we won the Dave Briggs' Awesome Award. So thank you, Dave Briggs, for making us an awesome mural. And we also came second place in toys, which is really cool because the toy store we lost to was awesome. So I'm comfortable with that. They're called Out of the Blue toys. They're amazing. You should go there. Yeah, and that'll do it for the best of Albuquerque. On to the good stuff, to the comic books, where it's at today. Let's talk about honorable mentions, runners-ups, and notables.
Just
kind of rolled into one. You can choose what they are.
Notable?
Notable. Yeah, notable. Shotgun Wedding. This was a book we talked about last week, and we're talking about it again this week because issue #2 is out, and it's a weekly book. So the plot continues to thicken. We get a little bit of a flashback to our protagonists before issue #1, before, you know,
It's
everything
kind of protagonist and antagonist.
Well, yeah.
We're learning about the need to revenge.
Yes, which is a big theme in this book. It's really cool. I'm really liking this book. I loved it. I'm a huge Archer fan. So when at the beginning of the book they're wearing their night vision goggles and they're breaking into the mansion and all of a sudden the lights turn on and they're all like, "Ah, my eyes!" Had me laughing. So check out Shotgun Wedding. It's going to be 4 issues, so there's 2 more coming out. Not too late to pick it up and read it. It's a good time. It's fun. Next up, we have, ooh yeah, Iron Fist, the living weapon #1. When offered life, he chose death. What more of a tagline do you need for your book? Come on. This was really cool. The previous run, The Immortal Iron Fist, is one of my favorite Marvel comics I've ever read. It's a fantastic book. This was a nice, solid follow-up to it. I'm glad to see it back in print. The art was really cool and really all over the place. Like, they're really thinking outside the box on how to lay out the panels and how to fill the space in between the panels, which is going to be a theme tonight. The space between the panels. Keep that in mind as we move closer and closer to our #1. So the living weapon #1. Check it out.
If I get you this,
is that the little Captain America shield thing?
Soldier up. Would you soldier up?
Man, I went and saw Captain America 2, Winter Soldier. Wow. I had to leave the theater a number of times to go stand out in the hallway and be like, "Ow! Awesome!" And then go back inside the theater and be like, "Okay, it's cool. We can watch the movie."
Is that a lie?
No, that's not a lie at all.
That's so lame.
That actually happened.
You went out into the aisle to throw fits?
Of awesome, because I didn't want to like stand up and start screaming in the middle of the movie theater like, "Woo! Captain America's so cool!"
Did anybody else do that?
I don't know. People were looking at me kind of weird in the hall though. Really? Is that just like the Max has gone on a tyrant, so we're just gonna tirade is a tyrant?
Tirade.
Yes.
You're a tyrant.
Who goes on tirades? Next up, we have Nightcrawler #1. This is the much-anticipated return of Nightcrawler to the main Marvel Universe. Also, the return of one of the greatest X-Men writers of all time, Chris Claremont, to the X-Men universe. His returning debut book here. It was really cool. There's a lot of, Nightcrawler popping around, catching up with old friends, old colleagues, just kind of being like, hey, I'm alive again. How's that going for you? It's going pretty good, actually. This one, All New Ultimates #1. In hindsight, it delivered everything that I wanted it to deliver. You get Miles Morales Spider-Man building a new team of Ultimates. They really have no clue how to be superheroes. There's no shield. There's no blueprint for them. It's Cloak, it's Dagger, it's Spider-Woman, it's Bomb Queen, and it's Miles Morales. And they're like hanging out in some crummy church like, hey, let's text each other when we're going to meet up. It'll be like an after-school thing that we go save the city and the world in. So that was kind of cool, though. Really also love the cover. Superman and Wonder Woman issue #7. The official prelude to Doom. Action Comics last week was the unofficial prelude to Doom. This is the official prelude to Superman Doomed, which was really cool. This takes a minute to sort of like slow down the whole Superman and Wonder Woman relationship, and they actually get to like spend some time developing that as Clark Kent and Diana, which is really cool. And then at the same time, you get to see what Doomsday is up to at the bottom of the ocean, which involves being eaten by a giant shark and then punching his way out of a giant shark. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, that'll do it for our runners-up, notables, and honorable mentions, all rolled into one. And it is time for the ever-anticipated and highly discriminated. Now it is time for the highly big word, insert other big word, Max's top 5 picks. At #5, from Boombox. It's called Lumberjanes. It was really all over the place, but let's start at the beginning. So, it's about these 5 girls. They go off to a summer camp. 4 girls, called the Lumberjanes. They're kind of like Boy Scouts for girls. And at the very beginning of the episode, they are off late at night in the woods, getting into all kinds of mischief, fighting magical foxes and bear women, and then they go back to camp, and you're like, oh, that was just some crazy fantasy adventure that they went on, and it's not real. And then they get yelled at by the camp counselor, and then they get drugged to the other camp counselor's room, who's like, you saw the bear woman and the magic foxes? What? Get out of here. And they're like, yeah, we did. And so then you're like, wait, was it real? Was it a fantasy? Did it happen? Did it not happen? And the book continues to kind of jump around like that for the whole thing, which leaves you kind of like feeling like it just came out of a twister at the end of it. But I think it's intentional, and I think issues 2 and 3 are really going to sort of bring this story together and give it a direction and a focus. In the meantime, I'm loving the different characters. They're just awesome. And probably the biggest thing I could say about this book is adorable.
Plural of fox is fox. I felt like you should know.
Hey, catfish, what's that real quick? Thank you. Had to keep it PG. At #4!
Heaviest book.
Oh man, what is this thing? Deadpool issue #27. Look at this cover too. This book, it not only probably wins the Guinness Book of World Records for largest single issue, it also actually did win the Guinness Book of World Record for most characters put on a cover. We'll get you some photos of that. So yeah, this is Deadpool's wedding. And I'm sure if I had a couple more centuries to delve through it, I could let you know what happens at the end of it. But let me get as much as I did get to you. So Deadpool's wife, she's a real charmer. She's just the sweetest, thing you could ever ask for. Not really. She's a demon. So, and the reason he marries her is because she's a demon. Awesome book, though. Definitely check it out. It was everything you could possibly want from a 400-page Deadpool comic.
Well worth it. If you wanted to spend a Saturday reading a book and just chilling, and
yeah,
this is the perfect book.
There
for
you
that,
go.
I think.
The off-camera voice loved it, clearly. At #3, from Image Comics, we have Shudder. Super cool book, and if 1 and 2 weren't as colossal and monumental as they are, this would obviously be the #1. This is the Indiana Jones of the 21st century. So she is the daughter of an explorer, whose mother was an explorer, whose grandmother was an explorer, whose great-great-grandfather was an explorer. And so she's kind of carried on in those footsteps, but she's also a writer. It starts off on her 7th birthday, she gets to go to the moon. Flash forward, it's her 27th birthday, her father's dead, she's going to visit her grave, and all of a sudden... At #2, I can't believe I'm going to do it. But yes, it is Batman Eternal, #1 by Scott Snyder. This is the beginning of the new weekly series. And what solidified this for me is I know how this book is going to end. I don't have to worry about that because it shows you right on the very first page. Gotham City is in ruins, and Bruce Wayne is crucified on the bat signal. And then there's a voice talking to him that says, your allies have been slaughtered, your city is burning to the ground. I have taken everything from you piece by piece. Watch, Bruce, watch as you lose everything. And then it goes back in time.
Who's your guess? Villain.
I have no idea.
I'm going to say the Penguin.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's make it be the Penguin. Penguin's awesome. Doesn't get enough love. No, I don't know. I really don't know who it's going to be. I'm hoping it's Hush. Like, I'm really hoping that Hush is going to make his New 52 debut in Batman Eternal.
So not the Penguin.
Well, he knows... No, it is not the Penguin because he knows who Bruce Wayne is. You know that on the first page.
Maybe the Penguin learns.
No. Penguin can't learn. Penguin. Get out of here.
DeVito?
Well, Danny
Burton's
DeVito
Penguin.
can learn. Yeah, that was the best Penguin. At number 1, and easily the coolest book that I have ever read this week. See what I did there? All new Doop number 1. And remember at the beginning of the episode where I told you that the space between the panels was going to come into play? That's what Doop is all about. I love it because the writers and creators of this book are very much aware that Doop is a marginal character. So they made him a marginal character. What he does is he goes between all the different X-Men events, pops up panel by panel, and makes sure that, like, Battle for the Atom ends how it's supposed to. Oh, AVX, oh, that's going to end how it's supposed to because I'm Doop. I can live between the pages. I'm not actually part of the story, but I am in the driver's seat. I loved it. The art was fantastic. And who can't root for Doop? He's John Cusack. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back from the cutaway with probably graphic novels. Maybe something else. I don't know. We're winging it.
Doesn't Flubber promote cheating when they put the flubber on the basketball shoes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wrong. These are terrible life lessons.
Space Jam's also supported cheating when they were like, oh, we need to win a basketball game? Let's get Michael Jordan.
That's not cheating. That's bringing in a ringer. Cutaway! Time for a cutaway! Woo! Sonic the Hedgehog.
Haven't read it.
Well, yeah.
I haven't read any of these books.
You know, that's really... If I had urine, I would pee every time you did that.
Welcome back from the cutaway. I want to talk about a couple of graphic novels that are coming out this week. First, I want to talk about 3. This is from Image Comics. This is the story of 3 slaves who escape a Spartan slave colony and decide that they're going to strike it out on their own after killing one of their Spartan masters, which leads to a whole big giant manhunt. Very historically based, sort of. It's set in ancient Greece, Sparta, all that good stuff. So if you like 300, it's like that, but without as much fantasy violence and all that stuff. It's much more like 3 dudes alone in the wilderness against an army of Spartans. Only one will survive. Probably the biggest graphic novel that came out this week, East of West Volume 2, the second installment of Hickman's post-apocalypse science fiction epic. Fantastic stuff. If you're not reading this book, you should be reading this book. It is quite wonderful, and I really don't have enough good things to say about it. Matt. Matt. Well, that'll do it for this segment. Stay tuned for murder or possibly words from the show. I don't know. Which one? Who did that? Matt. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Maxx Super Awesome Comic Review Show. Thank you all for spending your Wednesday morning with us briefly. I hope that you all have a wonderful afternoon and enjoy lots of amazing comics today. Maybe some comics that I'm not talking about. Maybe something that I'm not aware of. Let me know. I would like to know about awesome comics as much as you would like to know about awesome comics. Maybe that's not so burpy. It's all the tension. I'm terrified. It's a terrifying episode. Where was this actually on April Fool's? That was the fool. So that episode went by fine. However, I want everyone to mark their calendars because today is the 9th, and that means that we are less than 1 month away from Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, I know. Free Comic Book Day. What? It's going to be amazing. The books have already started to kind of trickle in. I'm starting to see what everyone's going to be getting for free on Free Comic Book Day. So definitely mark your calendars. It is May 3rd. It's the first Saturday in May. We're going to be giving away free comic books. Everybody that stops by, as long as supplies last, hopefully. I mean, I don't even know how many books we got. A warehouse full of free comics. So everybody should be good, but it is seriously the coolest day of the year. So it's like the 4th of July. Way better than Christmas.
The 4th of July?
Yeah.
Not even a contender in holidays.
What? It's all America and fireworks and food. What's wrong with things blowing up while you're
Cinco de
stuffing your
Mayo.
face? Cinco de Mayo is a good one, too. Christmas is cool, too. None of them involve free comic books.
What about Thanksgiving?
Doesn't involve free comic books.
Valentine's Day?
No. I mean, if you're a girl, Valentine's Day is probably awesome.
Is it?
I don't know. If you're a guy, all you gotta do is worry about buying awesome cards.
I don't think so.
Self-censored.
Not for the catfish.
Oh, the catfish has it figured out. He's a man's man. Do it. Oh! And that'll do it for tonight's episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you right here next week.